Golden Week is just around the corner. Eager to spend quality time together, Mahiru pulls out a do anything you want ticket, Amane's gift to her. Her wish? A simple day of shopping and hanging out, while Amane feels the ticket isn't needed. Mahiru insists, making it all the more special. As for the location, she leaves it up to him and he picks a cat cafe. And after that, an exciting spree of shopping and some arcade gaming. Perfect. Next day, Chitose donning a maid outfit, getting a cooking lesson from Mahiru. But where's Amane? He's lounging on the couch, lost in dreamland. On waking up, he's startled to find himself beside Mahiru. Spying a mischief in Chitose's eyes, he's sure she pulled a prank on him while he napped. Yet Chitose denies it all, and Mahiru supporting her alibi. And oh, look at that delightful meal they've cooked. Amane tries it, and to his surprise, it's good. Who knew Chitose had it in her? As Chitose takes her leave, Mahiru gets a tad guilty. She admits to having a little fun with a sleeping Amane, giving his cheek a gentle press and twirling his hair. But Amane's all cool about it. In fact, he gently strokes Mahiru's cheek in a playful retort. Shifting gears, they discuss their much-awaited outing. Mahiru asks Amane's preference in her dressing style, classy or mature. Amane's ambiguous answer frustrates her, so he settles on classy. Challenge accepted, Mahiru aims to wow him with her choice. The next day, Mahiru, dressed to the nines, unsure if she went overboard, but Amane's compliment sets her at ease. They head to their first stop, the Café Mofu Mofu, a cat paradise. Silk-chan, one of the felines, gives Mahiru the cold shoulder. Amane, always the supportive friend, reminds her that feline friendships take time. To lift the mood, he proposes they grab a coffee. Mahiru orders a cute cat foam-topped coffee. She then takes a sip, leaving behind a milk mustache. In a flash, Amane captures this charming moment with his camera. As they settle in, Silk-chan and Leo-kun find their respective laps, and Amane draws an odd comparison between Silk and Mahiru. Exiting the cafe, holding hands, their gaze lands on a gorgeous dress in a storefront. As she's away, a couple of girls try to charm Amane, but Mahiru's timely appearance saves the day. Up next, the arcade. Amane assists Mahiru with a crane game, and she won a Silk look-alike cat doll. In a heartwarming gesture, Mahiru gifts the doll to Amane. And out of nowhere, Yuta pops up, gets the wrong idea about them dating, but the air gets cleared up fast. He's chill about it and promises to keep it on the down low. At the train station, Amane's all apologetic about the Yuta mix-up. But Mahiru's super cool about it. They chat about Yuta and Amane's all, he's a real bro. Flash forward to a karaoke bar. Amane, Itsuki, and Yuta enjoy their time. Naturally, Mahiru becomes the topic of discussion. Itsuki jests about Amane's relationship, terming it a wife-in-training scenario. Though Amane rebuffs, Yuta's words of wisdom to acknowledge his feelings for Mahiru linger in the air. Amane's back home, and Mahiru's acting all sneaky. Turns out, she's got some old pics of Amane, courtesy of his mom. They goof around, trying to grab the phone from each other. And whoops! Amane lands right on top of Mahiru. And then, out of nowhere, he gives her cheeks a playful squeeze. Awkward and cute vibes everywhere. Curious about the upcoming Mother's Day, Mahiru asks about Amane's plans. Amane confesses that he won't be celebrating at home due to some haunting memories. As he gradually lets his guard down, he spills about his past. During his junior high days, 3 of his so-called friends exploited him for money. Such a betrayal led Amane to lose faith in friendships, prompting him to move away and change schools for a fresh start. Upon hearing Amane's past, Mahiru declares she'd have decked those fake friends had she known. Amane mentioning that his past doesn't hold a candle to what she's been through. But Mahiru emphasizes that no one should endure pain alone. As emotions rise, she wraps Amane in a comforting embrace, urging him to always confide in her. Amane's face reddens with embarrassment. Mahiru, sensing the tension, attempts to make an exit, but not before Amane pulls her back with a hug. Their playful yet intense banter about who's more selfish fills the room. Determined to better himself, the next morning sees Amane taking on jogging. However, drama unfolds at school. a pair girls question Mahiru about her supposed date at the mall they saw. Mahiru admits to the outing but clarifies they're not in a labeled relationship, but she views that guy as an incredibly close friend. Back in Amane's apartment, Mahiru reinforces her earlier statement. With genuine earnestness, she emphasizes that her circle of friends is minuscule, with Amane being at the center of it. Amane, though, can't help but bring up how Mahiru's words might fuel more rumors. Mahiru admits that was part of her plan, a tactic to control the narrative and stifle any baseless speculations. Amane gets it, but jokingly asks for a heads up in the future. As Mahiru and Amane share a quiet dinner, Amane reveals his recent self-improvement efforts. Intrigued, Mahiru sweetly offers to grant any one wish within her capability as a motivation. But there's a catch. She'd like a favor in return, and it's a bit of a big ask. Eager to know, Amane prompts her to spill, but instead, Mahiru shyly requests a simple head pat, admitting she enjoys the warmth of his touch. That night, Amane jolts awake after a rather vivid dream featuring Mahiru in his bed. At school, both Chitose and Mahiru notice he's a bit off. Amane brushes it off as fatigue from his morning run. After school, an anxious Mahiru wonders if Amane's avoiding her. Seeking clarity, Amane spills the beans about his dream. Emphasis on how he's tried not to view her that way. Mahiru's curiosity about her dream self peaks, but Amane remains tight-lipped, assuring these dreams are rare. She's left both amused and flattered, realizing she's the only girl he's ever been close to. Midterm schedules are out, and study vibes are in the air. Mahiru's news of a study group, featuring the gang, has her offering to whip up some grub. What really catches her attention is his ambition to be in the top 10 this exam. Mahiru's all for it and promises a reward if he nails it. And Amane's wish? Another lap pillow session, and Mahiru even offers an ear cleaning too. The crew gather for study next day. Yuta's quick to note how at home Mahiru seems in Amane's space. The day is filled with books, discussions, a tasty meal, and eventually farewells. Alone again, they dive deep into conversations of pampering and indulgence. Mahiru admits with a twinkle in her eye she'd spoil Amane every single day if she could. School's buzzing post-exam results. Amane's on cloud 9, scoring 6th in the top 30 ranks. Mahiru nudges Amane to treat himself. But when Amane points out she bagged the first place and suggests a treat for herself too, Mahiru's all about humility and declines. Evening vibes at Amane's apartment. Amane wants to reward Mahiru. She tosses him a cucumber, asking him to help prepare it. Definitely not what he had in mind. Keeping her promise, Mahiru's got cotton swabs in hand, ready to clean Amane's ears. Amane's enjoying every bit, but his heart is racing. With her gentle touch, she plays with his hair. As the strands slip through her fingers, she admits she loves when he does the same to her. Amane's mental note: I'm being spoiled. Slowly, Amane awakens from his cozy spot on Mahiru's lap. Trying to wake her with some playful cheek squishing yields no results. With her drowsy nod, Amane gently carries her to her bedroom. Almost in dreamland, Mahiru mumbles a request. She wants Amane beside her. His response? Adorable. He leaves a teddy bear to keep her company. Morning at Amane's place sees a slightly red-faced Mahiru. She's clearly replaying the previous night in her mind. She's here for her apartment key, right? Nope. After a bit of key exchanging, Mahiru's real concern comes to light. A photo on her desk. Did Amane see it? He's clueless. A wave of relief washes over her. The duo then dives into a playful debate about each other's sleep antics. The bottom line? Trust. Mahiru knows deep down Amane wouldn't ever take advantage. Morning comes, and who better to greet him than Mahiru? Her outfit, though, catches Amane off guard. Amane's eyes dart to her bare legs, trying to find the words. He hints at potential jealousy over schoolboys eyeing her. A little debate on stockings etiquette ensues, but Mahiru, slyly wanting to get a reaction out of him, decides to wear them anyway. Movie plans? Check. But when Mahiru enters the scene, printouts in tow, Amane's cinematic plans take a back seat. But the day takes a sour turn when they overhear gossip from a couple of girls, targeting Mahiru. Amane's temper flares, but Mahiru, cool as a cucumber. Nightfall. Amane's apartment sets the scene for a heart-to-heart. Mahiru spills the beans on her popularity's downsides, yet she remains unfazed by the negative talk. Amane has a theory, though. Could Yuta be the reason for the envy? But Mahiru shrugs it off. Yuta's just not her type. They're popular, sure, but that's where the similarities end. From gossip to deep confessions, their conversation evolves. Amane learns of the Mahiru before, the clumsy, playful, and touchy Mahiru. She admits that her picture-perfect persona is draining. Can she be herself for a change? Amane worries about the whispers that'll ensue when the change happens. Mahiru, with that soft smile of hers, leans in, complimenting Amane, the atmosphere charged with intimacy. Mahiru leaning close to Amane, saying, "I see something special in you." Overwhelmed, Amane covers her mouth with his hand and issues a playful warning about what he might do next time if she speaks so candidly. Once his hand drops, Mahiru plants a swift kiss on his cheek. Amane is utterly shocked, watching as Mahiru makes her abrupt exit. At school the next day, Chitose eagerly asks about Mahiru's plans for the upcoming sports day. Their conversation, however, is interrupted as Amane enters the room. Both Itsuki and Yuta sense the change, picking up on the chilly atmosphere. Lunchtime arrives at the school's cafeteria. Itsuki probes Amane about the palpable tension with Mahiru. Amane expresses his insecurity about Mahiru's feelings. Both Itsuki and Yuta listen intently, attempting to give him some advices. Back at Amane's apartment, lost in his thoughts, he is jolted back to reality when Mahiru arrives. As she apologizes for the confusion she caused, a heart-to-heart ensues, with Amane questions her motives. Mahiru reminds him of a past incident and pushing him to admit his own feelings, but he couldn't muster the courage to. As Amane indulges in some ice cream, he reminisces about his disdain for sports days in the past. In a surprising move, he offers a spoonful to Mahiru. And sensing the growing intimacy, Amane opts for some distance, leaving both of them pondering the complexities of their relationship. On sports day, Amane talks with Yuta as they watch Chitose take part in the track run. And Amane learns that the reasons why Chitose didn't join the track team in high school, it's because of some drama with her friend over Itsuki. After Chitose completes the track race, she approaches Amane and claims that she is in charge of the scavenger race and that he won't be disappointed by it. When the race starts, Mahiru and Amane team up with each other as their cards match what they need. Running to the finish line, they draw attention to each other. But even more so when they reach the finish line, where Chitose reads off what their cards have said. Amane's card read, "Someone I think is beautiful." But what catches everyone's attention is Mahiru's card. "Someone very dear to me." During lunch break, the boys in class demand answers from him about his relationship with Mahiru, and he honestly elaborates to them about it. Before long, Mahiru admonishes the boys from further questioning Amane. She also confirms that Amane is someone dear to her. The boy then asks out of everyone why she chose a person that looks unattractive as Amane. To that, she argues is a narrow-minded way of thinking. However, Mahiru then claims that Amane is a cool and kind person, while listing off some other positive traits about him. Hearing Mahiru's response, the boys walk off. That evening, Amane sits again on his couch in a contemplative posture and is soon joined by Mahiru. Mahiru apologizes for her actions earlier that day, which he had expected and didn't hold against her. From there, Amane apologizes for being a coward, but Mahiru admits she is the same while also being selfish. Amane then embraces her, stating he was the selfish one. He then confesses his feeling to Mahiru and even vows to reach her social level one day, so he can feel worthy of being with her. Without hesitation, Amane asks Mahiru to be his girlfriend, and she agrees. What an adorably yet sweet gesture that Amane and Mahiru did for each other. And this concludes this sweet anime. Stay tuned for their next adventure, and remember, always cherish the genuine moments. See you next time!